Welcome, race fans. We are back this week with the USRA here at Texas as the season is winding down. Only a couple of more races after tonight. And boy, I'll tell you what, we were looking at the points here a little while ago. Points are looking pretty good. Let's look at it here real quick here. Coming into tonight, John Furness does have a 159-point lead over Joshua Schulin. Cody Levitt in third, 249 back. But from third on back, it's a pretty tight battle. Jim Ott fourth, Jamie Leach fifth, Robert Duvendak in sixth, Eric Hawley seventh, 290 points back, Jared Hagedorn in eighth, Jeff Pogo ninth, David Carmen in 10th, 300 points behind the leader. Jared Darling 11th, Cole Day 12th, Brennan Bogo 13th, Dan Dill 14th, Dennis Carmen 15th, Spencer Owens dropped clear to 16th now, Luke LaFaro 17th, Anthony Reynolds 18th, Jeffrey Price 19th, tied with 20th, Doug Ungari, and those guys are 498 points behind the leader, John Furness. So as you can see, from third on back, it's not too bad, but them front two have pulled away from the field amazingly. It's just, there's no other word for that. All right, coming up later tonight, the Upstate Racing Pro Late Model race, and tomorrow night we got a lot of super speedway racing on tap here. Manning Electric Super Speedway and OP Racing as super speedway racing coming up tomorrow night, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking at the weather for tonight. 80-degree air temperature, 100-degree track temperature. The guys are already saying it's a little tight out there in the corners. 45 to 55 mile or laps, on the tires, and about the same for fuel. And pit road speed, 50 mile an hour. And tonight's race is sponsored by AIM E-Cycling. You can check them out at aimecycling.com, folks. aimecycling.com. All right, we got about 4.5 minutes left of practice here before we get to qualifying. So make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video there, and don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time here. And enjoy the race. Enjoy your evening. All right, 3 minutes of practice left. You can check out our schedule at MaxSpeedTV.com. We are broadcasting 7 nights a week here on MaxSpeedTV. And don't forget to go to our Facebook page and follow us there. We put the racing links up there for you to enjoy and any news that's happening. So like our page at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. All right, folks, we're going to step away and play the national anthem. We'll be right back with qualifying underway.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're back, and we're just now starting to get some qualifying times to come in. Right now, Brennan Bogo on the top of the leaderboard. John Furnace second, 85 one-thousandths of a second below him. I know that doesn't sound like much, which it's not, but and Zach Nichols takes over the pole with a 30.319. Nice lap. We got a few guys out there. Looks like right now we've got about maybe 15 qualifiers out of about a 25 car field here. 20, 24, 25. Twenty-four drivers. So Morgan Baird to second. Nice. 64 one-thousandths of a second off of Zach Nichols' lap. Hey, Will's Epic Channel and Brandon Hardy, welcome to MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate you stopping by. This should be a good race here. 100 laps tonight. And 2 races left in the season, and John Furnace with a 159-point lead over second place Joshua Schulin. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. All right, coming down to the closing seconds here of qualifying. Like that's going to wrap it up. Luke Lafaro trying to turn in a lap. And he does. He comes in 12th. And Josh Patterson comes in here. Nope, didn't make it. All right, very good. Okay, let's run down through the AME Cycling starting grid. Zach Nichols with the pole with a 30.319 one and done lap, but that's all it takes is one lap to get that pole. So congratulations to Zach for getting that. Morgan Baird starts on the outside of the front row in second. In row 2, Galen Gidman in third. Brennan Bogo starting in fourth. In row 3, John Furness, our points leader, starting in 5th. Ross Cato in 6th. In row 4, Jim Ott in 7th. Jeff Pogo starts 8th. In row 5, Eric Hawley starting 9th, and Jamie Leach rounds out the top 10. In row 6, Skip Carmen in 11th. Luke Lafaro 12th. In row 7, Michael Laguari in 13th. Joshua Schulin, second in points, starts 14th. In row 8, David Carmen starting 15th. Michael D'Amico 16th. In row 9, Josh Culley starts 17th. Josh Patterson starts 18th. These guys did not take a qualifying time. Anthony Reynolds in 19th. Alan Westman in 20th. Paul Day 21st. Ed Hewitt 22nd. Dan Dill 23rd. Jared Hagedorn 24th. 24 drivers. Zach Nichols ready to rock and roll here. Zach is not even in the top 20 in points. He's missed a lot of races this season, but he's out here for the wins. That's the main thing. All right, here we go. Rolling out. .100 laps. They won't be able to make it in one pit stop, though. It'll take a couple, but at least 2 pit stops. Here we go. Pace car's going to make that hard left turn down pit road here in just a second, and Zach Nichols is going to take the green flag, and we're going to be off and going here, and this will be some great mile-and-a-half racing. Waiting on the green.
Green, green, green.
And there it is. The green flag is out. Underway. Galen Gidman already up to second. They get all sorted out here. John Furness in third. He did clear Jim Ott and Morgan Baird. Ross Cato in fifth. Looking to the inside. Morgan Baird now goes back to the 6th spot after starting second. Side by side back here, Brennan Bogo getting passed up by Jamie Leach. Jamie dives it to the bottom and down the backstretch. Takes over the 8th position, picking up 2 positions. Here goes John Furness passing up Jim Ott for third. And Galen Gidman all over the back of Zach Nichols right now. That's right, Robbins Racing. You got it. Back here, check on Brennan Bogo again. Started fourth and has fallen back to ninth. But it's early. Skip Carmen. Now, side by side here with Michael LaGuardia. LaGuardia gets by. Here comes Luke LaFaro to the inside. And Josh Patterson. So they all pass up Skip Carmen. Skip goes back to 14th. Starting to get single file now. Not the passing that they're going to make is going to have to be early, because the guys were saying that the fall off here is really bad. So Galen's already losing a little bit of ground there to Zach Nichols, 0.3 of a second. John Furness, hard at work. Yes, sir. Little distance there between him and the leader. About 1 full second behind the leader, Zach Nichols. John just out here on a Sunday cruise right now, because with a 159-point lead, I don't even think he'd have to finish the race in the rest of the season. Uh-oh. A little blinking going on there. He wouldn't even have to race the rest of the season, and he'd be all right. Baird back to 6th. We got a pass here, possibly. Jeff Pogo to the inside of Jamie Leach. Hasn't completed the pass yet. Pretty good run here, though, between them two. Jamie Leach comes back. And at the line, it was Jamie Leach ahead of Jeff Pogo just by about a half a fender. Gidman, Furness. Furness is closing up on Gidman pretty quick here. Right along with John Furness here for a minute. I know a lot of people like that in-car cam shot. Kind of gives you a perspective of what the driver's seeing out there right now. And you can see him sawing on the wheel sometimes. Kind of a cool shot. Like I said, John just playing it cool right now. He's got a 159-point lead. He's really got nothing to worry about, even if he finished dead last. But that's not in John's book. That finishing last is not in his book. He wants to just keep pulling away on that point lead. Ross Cato hanging on to 5th here, picking up 1 position since the start of the race. And again, Zach Nichols has pulled away by almost a full second. He's got 0.9 of a second. Gap up to the leader there, you can see, actually is growing. There it is. That's 1 second. Just a second ahead of him. So Gidman actually falling back a little bit more, falling into the clutches there of John Furness. Everybody getting spread out pretty good. Cold day. I seen him the other day hit the end of pit road at Pocono. That was horrible for him. I felt so bad for him. And he lost 4 positions in the points because of it. Dan Dill into 17th. They're actually kind of shuffling Alan Westman out here a little bit. Alan started 20th, got up there a little bit, but he's kind of fallen back again. Anthony Reynolds. Waiting for Anthony to kick in the turbos. Well, thanks to Amy Cycling for being on board this season. I'm not sure what's going on for next season, but I did just talk to Eric a little bit ago, and Eric has confirmed that we will be back. MaxSpeedTV will be broadcasting next season for them here at the Xfinity Series on Thursdays. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to run Xfinity. He did not clarify that, but I'm assuming so. They run trucks on Tuesday, Xfinity on Thursday, and they tried out the Cup cars on Sundays, but from what I understand, the turnout's not what they expected, but that doesn't really mean anything. That car's a difficult car to drive. So this car here is a much better car to drive. A little less horsepower, a little more able to control the car. That Gen 6 is just a powerhouse. Looking back from John Furness back to 4th place, Jim Ott. Jim's closed the gap back up a little bit on John. 16 laps into this, probably looking at pit stops around lap 45. Cato still hanging on to 5th place. He picked up 1 position since the start of the race, and Morgan Baird started 2nd. They're riding in 6th right now. I don't think he's too concerned right now. It's a long race, and they got a couple of pit stops to go through, so a lot can happen on pit road. Dead last on the field, 1 lap down, Michael D'Amico sitting on pit road. Don't know what happened to him, but last one on the lead lap, Jared Hagedorn. About a half a lap behind the leader right now. Almost a half a lap. Zach Nichols been the leader the whole time. Galen Gidman 2nd. It actually is pulling away a little bit from John Furness now. Interesting. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, pretty good, buddy. Man, good to see you, and thank you.
Yeah, no problem. A little late, but glad I could make it.
It's all right. Hey, real life comes first. I should have messaged you, but it kind of slipped my mind right up until the end.
That's okay. Hey, well, I'm here now, and
Yep.
looks like I didn't miss too much.
No, it's been Zach Nichols the whole time, so 20 laps into it, and he's got a 1.5 second lead over 2nd place Galen Gidman. And everybody's saying that the tires are falling off horribly.
I can believe that. Here at Texas, it's 108 degrees on the track, and this is an older surface, so it's going to chew through the tires. That's a given.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
But what I'm curious to see is the change that iRacing made to the tire wear model with this last update they did today. See if we see any side-by-side racing as it gets later in the run.
Well, if they said they went back to the season 4 2018 setup, But if you remember that setup, the tires fell off about the same, or maybe even worse. I don't know if that was a good call. I think they should have went back to about season 2.
Yeah.
Last year, where it was a lot better.
Right now, they seem to be a single file throughout the field. The only real battle right now is for 20th and 21st.
Yeah, that's heating up pretty good here. David Carmen, Anthony Reynolds. I'm waiting for Anthony to hit the turbos. Oh my gosh, he got loose right there.
And he's going to lose a spot.
Yes, he is. Skip Carmen's going to get by. Well, that's that turn 2 thing right there, because, boy, I'll tell you, that's not the corner you want to get loose on.
No, it's not. And it's kind of a almost like riding a razor blade coming out of that corner. If you get back on the throttle too early, you're going to slam into the wall. Get on it too late and they're too low on the track, you're going to spin out to the inside. So you just got to kind of be careful and mind how you come off there.
Yep. Well, Jim Ott got a mirror full of Ross Cato. Been like that for, well, about 22 laps. They've been like that. They closed up on John Furness a little bit, and now John's kind of pulling away. And he was right up on Galen Gidman's tail, and then Galen started pulling away from him. So it's been kind of up and down here for John Furness and Galen Gidman.
Yeah, still early, 25 laps into the run. You're just now starting to get those tires worn in. You're just trying to feel out your car, especially with the track temperature as hot as it is. I'm sure it's slick out there for some of these guys.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, it was, who was that said that? I think it was Dan Dill. Said when he went out there during practice, he said that he could tell every lap the tires were falling off more and more, every lap. So that's how much the tire fall off it. Well, Ross Cato did get around Jim Ott, so there is some passing going on. All depends on how the drivers are driving them cars.
Yeah, and I think based upon what I'm seeing right now, the trouble spot's really going to be coming out of 2.
Yep.
Luke LaFaro got up into the wall after he got loose coming out of. He's still going, but he had a moment there.
Oh, and he just tapped the wall again. Ed Hewitt's going to get by. It goes into 18th. Started 22nd. Ed, he said if he got wrecked out, he was going to come up to the booth with us. I said, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we only talk to him under caution or after the race.
Right. I'd like to see Ed up in the top 10. He loves these cars, and he runs really good in them. Kind of surprised to see him 15 seconds or 14 and a half seconds behind the leader, but he'll get up there. They got pit stops to go through, and they should be coming up here probably in about the next 10 to 15 laps.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, they're already 2 seconds slower than at the start of the race. So you see one guy coming, it's not going to be long. They're all going to be coming after that. You have to.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that seems to be running is, the best out there right now is Zach Nichols. But again, like you said, he's fallen off almost 2 seconds. 2 full seconds right there, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, second lap of the race was his fastest at 30.4. He just ran a 32.1, so he's almost full 2 seconds off of what he started the race at.
There is, man. About 1.7 seconds, something like that. And Galen Gidman about 1.5 seconds off. And he's starting to close back in here a little bit. He keeps bouncing around between about 1.5 and 1.6 seconds behind Zach. But he's keeping a pretty safe distance from John Furness.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love Texas. It's one of those where guys who run hard will go out, they'll get a good big lead, but you get a long run like this, and they're going to start backing up towards those guys who've been conserving their stuff.
Yes, sir. Josh Schulin taking a look to the inside of Alan Westman. Back here for 16th position. Schulin second in points. It's doubtful he's ever going to catch John Furness before the end of the season because they only got 2 races left. But I'll tell you what, Josh has showed every single week. He may be in the back or in the middle of the pack, throughout the pretty much most of the race. But coming down to the end of the race, somehow he manages to get himself into that top 10. And that's how he stayed second in the points.
Yeah, you don't have to win them all. I mean, it helps, but you don't.
Yeah.
As long as you're consistent throughout the season, that's all you really need.
Oh, sure. Well, Ross Cato has caught John Furness, and John just had a moment coming off a 2 right there. Feeling that tire crunch right now.
Josh Patterson, is in.
He's
He hit
coming
the
in.
wall.
Sorry. Furness is coming in. And so is Jim Ott. So these guys actually pitting a little earlier than I thought. I think they'd probably got it mapped out to make it on 3 pit stops. Would that be right? 3? 2. 2 pit stops.
2 pit stops.
Yep.
Yeah, but I got a feeling they wanted tires. That's the whole reason they came in that early.
Yep. Well, Zach's still out here turning laps, but I'll tell you what, like you said, you don't want to stay out there too awful long.
No, he comes by, he sees those guys on pit road. I got to be thinking he's coming this time.
Gidman's coming in. Ross Cato's in, so yeah, Zach's got to. That just forced his hand. He's got to come in now. I mean, he's got an 11-second lead over Brennan Bogo.
Yeah, and it looks like he's
not coming in.
slowing down.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Yeah, he is. Here he is. Okay, good. Yeah, it's not something you don't want to stay out there too long because, man, they'll just eat you for lunch.
Yeah, because you're still running 32 seconds. They're back to running 30 seconds. They're catching you 2 seconds a lap at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he overshoots his pit.
Oh, costly. That is costly right there.
Well, we'll have to see when this shakes out how costly that was.
All right, he's out of there. But Brennan Bogo, our new leader, he's coming in. He's not even going to get the lead a lap. Now, Eric Hawley stayed out, and he just led his first lap of the race. But you see how easy it was there for Jim Ott to pass him. And there goes the number 10 of Morgan Baird by him. So Eric's got to come in this time.
Yeah, he's not doing himself any favors right now staying out there. He's just going to continue to lose position.
Here he comes. That's going to give the lead up to Jared Hagedorn when he comes around. I'm sure Jared wants to stay out just long enough to lead a lap. Yep, that's what he's going to do, stay out. If he can cross that line before Eric Hawley does. He did not, did he? Nope. Didn't make it, so he's got to go around one more time. Well, when it all shakes out here, Galen Gidman's going to be the new leader.
That's right, and Zach Nichols is coming in. He's going to be second, and he's 2 seconds, almost 3 seconds back behind Gidman. Yep. That's how much that pit road mistake cost him.
Yes, it was, and boy, that put John Furness on his tail, not what he wanted. Those two will battle it out, I'm sure. This ought to be interesting to see how these guys do. This will be fun. Hagedorn still leading. Gidman second. All right, let's go back. 5th place, Ross Cato. He's not far behind them.
Yeah, and they got to be careful. Gidman's in a great spot right now. If these two get to racing behind him, he's going to pull away from them.
Yeah.
Still a lot of racing to go, but you don't want to use up all your stuff too early.
Right. And I don't think Galen's going to do that. He seemed to still have a pretty good solid car just when he was coming to pit road, he seemed to be hanging pretty close right there with Zach Nichols. So now if Zach and John Furness take it easy, I mean, they don't need to get right up there and reel him in that quick. But Zach is closing the gap, though. He's taking a 10th off that time.
Yeah, Galen should just focus on hitting his marks right now. Yep. Don't look at your mirror. The car behind you is not even for position at this point. Just do, an eye in front of you.
Yep. And Zach did pick another couple tenths off, so now he's down to 2 seconds. He is picking up a little bit of time, but I think Galen might be trying to save his tires a little bit. In case Zach gets there, he'll have something left to race him with.
Yeah, and that's not a bad idea at all.
Nope. Come back there, you can see Zach Nichols back there, 1.7 seconds. So he is closing. Got the Nesquik car on his tail. One of my favorite looking cars out there. Who doesn't like Nesquik, right?
Right.
That's David Carmen. 1 lap down. He's trying to get his lap back here.
Yep. He's in the lucky dog spot. If he can just hang right there, caution comes out, he's back on it.
Jared Hagedorn did go a lap down. He stayed out just long enough to lead a lap, but it cost him.
Yep, and Jamie Leach right now fighting to get into the top 10. Side by side with Mike Ligori.
Both of those guys, excellent racers. They do some great racing around each other, I'll tell you. When you get a league that is talented as these drivers are, and you're racing around each other like they do, because they race each other every week. It's best to know what you can expect out of the driver that's trying to get by you, or the driver that's beside you or behind you. It's best to know that, and boy, it sure does make a difference in the driving style of a lot of drivers.
Absolutely, especially when you get racing 2 and 3 wide. If you know you can trust the guy outside you not to put you and him in a bad situation, that's when the real racing begins.
Yep. Driver that I don't see in here was Cody Levitt. He is 3rd in points, but he is not in the race today.
No, he's not.
But our 2nd place guy is 15th. He's almost back to where he started. Coming up on the outside, taking a look on the outside there of Alan Westman. And crossover. He got the good run going into turn 1. I think he's going to get it. Yes, he does. Very good. So he's back to where he started. Now Eric Hawley trying to get by Westman. And he's going to do it. Westman going backwards.
And you wonder how much of that is him trying to save his tires for later, or he's having handling issues.
Well, I'll tell you what, he doesn't want to lag around too much because he's already 20 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah.
The leader's only 10 seconds ahead of him. Or behind him, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that round of pit stops really got the field strung out.
Yep. Zach Nichols has come right up on Galen Gidman. He wants that lead back. He is demanding to make up for that big mistake on pit road.
Well, we'll see how much of a fight he gives him here. If he's trying to save his stuff, he might just let him go, but it doesn't look like it at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Galen's going to fight him too much. He knows Zach's fast.
Yeah, it's just, and there he goes. He's just like, there you go.
Yep.
You're faster right now. Go burn your stuff off, and I'll get you in the next one.
There you go. That's exactly what they do, too. I know Galen from, for a lot of years now, and he's a pretty methodical driver, I'm sure Zach is, too. Zach he doesn't get to be a great driver without being methodical. And in the same way with John Furness. John.
Yeah, I got to think. I think Furnace has got to be saving right now because he's about 3/10 off of the lead pace right now. I got to think he's saving his tires.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's just waiting. Them guys are going to get out there and burn them up a little bit, and then, I think he was hoping that. Well, he just got loose right there. Almost got into the wall. He got into the wall earlier, so I'm wondering if he's struggling a little bit maybe here today at Texas.
Could be. It does look like that fender's wrinkled in on the tire a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And under green flag, there's no time to get that fixed.
And track temperature 103 degrees now. So it did cool off just a little bit. There could have been some cloud cover.
Yeah, it looks like we got a few rolling clouds coming through, but nothing too major right now.
Cato, Jim Ott, 5th. Morgan Baird has closed the gap up onto him in 6th place. Brennan Bogo, 7th. He had a great pit stop, too, and he needed that because after starting 4th, you don't want to go backwards too far.
No, not at all.
Josh Colley having a good run here today, coming from 17th to 8th. That's pretty good. Josh Patterson, another one from 18th to 9th. Jamie Leach still hanging out in 10th.
And we are just past halfway.
Yeah, a couple of big movers there. Josh Colley and Josh Patterson. Pretty cool. Zach Nichols just stretching that lead out again. And Furnace is making no attempt to try to hustle to get around here because I think he is searching this track over to find a spot where that car's not going to get loose. I see him taking a bunch of different lines, and he's trying to find the one that is going to make this car feel the best. Gets it right down on that white line, and that does kind of help you turn a little bit. But he got him into the wall again.
Yeah, like I said, that turn is just a razor. You hit that line and you're going to the wall, but you miss that line and you got the possibility of spinning yourself out.
Well, I think at this point, what his best thing to do would be to late entry and don't take it right down on the bottom because there's some bumps down there on the bottom that really unloads that car. And see, he's right down there on the bottom. And it seems like that's where he gets really loose right there.
Yeah, if you listen, he just had to get out of the throttle big time there to keep from hitting the wall.
Yep, I did hear him. Well, I think before we go too far, let's do a little crank it up here because we don't want to get out of this too awful far without doing a little crank it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were just talking about Jeff Pogo went out across the grass. And while we were on to crank it up, but he did save it. I'm back up onto the track, and now he is clear back in 21st position, 1 lap down.
Yeah, and that all happened out of turn 4. Josh Patterson had gotten into the wall on the backstretch and was trying to just keep it on the outside out of traffic, and looked like Jeff kind of slid up into him just coming out of 4.
Tough break,
But
though.
he did a heck of a job saving it. He didn't hit the inside wall. He slid through pit road, might have got a penalty, but it looks like they did clear the black flag for sliding through pit road.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like it when things like that happen, you know, because it was a racing incident, you know. I mean, it happened, you know. If you could just clear the black flag for the guy and let him keep racing, and you know, there's no harm, no foul, no damage on the car, nobody got damaged or anything like that. So,
more importantly, no yellow flag.
Right. Morgan Baird, Jim Ott, these guys, these two in a battle here. And I was just watching Ross Cato closing up on John Furness. Ross has got a good car.
Yes, he does.
Galen, he just keeps dropping from Zach Nichols. It's going to be Zach Nichols' race out here to lose. You know, it's either he's either going to win it or he's going to lose it. In making that last pit stop, I'm sure he's going to be on that pit crew and on himself hard to make sure he does not make a mistake on pit road again.
Yes. Yeah, you just got to make sure you hit your marks. I guarantee you, he's looking for that pit board next time he comes in.
You bet. I mean, he's
Ed
got the
Hewitt
first,
now the lucky dog.
he's got the first pit stall, you know, so I mean,
Yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be that hard, but hey, things happen. You know, I'm sure next time he pits, he'll make sure he's right on it right. Well, he should be coming to, they should be looking at pit road here probably in about another 4 to 6 laps, somewhere along in there, to make their final pit stop. If I'm doing the math correctly.
Yeah, if I'm one of those guys in the back, I'm coming now. I got 18, 19, 17 laps left, somewhere in that range. I'm coming now and trying to game as much as I can. Hopefully, you know, nobody else notices me duck on pit road, but
17,
once one guy...
I mean 37.
I'm sorry. You're right. I don't know why I was thinking it was an 80-lap race. That's my bad.
Nope, it's 100. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably in another 3 to 5 laps here, they're going to be coming in. And that'll be their final pit stop. So now Zach, if you remember, Zach didn't pit right away. The first one to pit was John Furness.
Right.
So let's keep an eye on John here and see if he's going to do the same thing. He might pit. He might pit on the in 2 more laps here. That'd be my guess. You know, if he went 33, and the last would be 34. So, but he is. I'll tell you what, he really does need new tires right now. He is still struggling with turn 2.
Probably hoping for a caution so he can get some of that damage fixed.
And he almost had his wish when Pogo went out across the grass.
Almost.
Whew.
And it does look like Alan Westman has retired his car.
Yep, him and Michael D'Amico both out of the race. Michael, he only turned just a handful of laps.
Looks like we got a taker. Josh Cully's coming down pit road.
There he goes. Pit road is going to start getting busy.
Ross Cato now coming in.
Yeah, he's pitting a little early. What?
I got a feeling it's for tires.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I bet you we're going to see Galen Goodman come in on this lap too. Him and Ross are teammates, and there may have been a little miscommunication there. I'm not really sure, but they pitted last time together. Nope, he's not going to pit again. Wow, he almost got into the back of Ed Hewitt. Whoa. He's going to drive it in there hard and make sure he clears Ed.
Yeah.
3.5 seconds behind the leader, Zach Nichols. Still watching Furness to see if he's going to come to pit road here. He's actually a little bit past where he was last time. Pitted on lap 33, I believe it was. And he should have pitted like last lap to do his 33 lap one, but he's going to stay out a little bit longer here. Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. And definitely keep an eye on Ross Cato. He was one of those that has come down. These other guys are staying out. He's going to be gaining time in a hurry.
But the thing of it is, he doesn't want to get right out there and burn up them tires, and then when they come out with new tires, he's going to go backwards quick.
That's true. Oh, Galen coming down pit road.
Yep. Wow, he locked it down. Well, that put John Furness in second. And that is the closest to the front he's been today, second place. He has not been up to the lead yet. So now that Galen come in, are we going to see Zach Nichols come in? Nope, not yet. How about John Furness? No.
No, I don't know why they're staying out.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Furness is coming in.
Furness had the advantage of seeing Galen come in. Nichols is out quite a bit. He's got lap traffic between them. I don't know if he realized they've come to pit road.
Yeah, it might not. It might not, because if he's not on the relative, then he doesn't know. Okay, he's coming in.
Here he comes.
Yep. He's seen that John Furness come in, so. Well, if it comes around here, Jamie Leach may get a bonus point here. Not this time by, but he'll have to stay out for another time. But he could lead a lap and get some bonus points. He's fifth in points. Jamie Leach. And here he comes. Now he won't lead this time by. We'll have to stay out one more lap.
And Zach Nichols right on cue in the pit box.
That's good. That's what he needed. No room for mistakes now.
No, and he is coming back onto the track.
He's led 57 laps already. Good night. Jamie Leach coming around to lead his first lap of the race. Bonus point. Ching ching. Zach Nichols goes to second. Ed Hewitt now in third. Ed, he has to make a pit stop. He's got damage on that car too. He's tapped the wall a few times. Gidman got by. Now Gidman trying to run down Zach Nichols. Hey, Steve, Lindsay, Johnny Boy. Yeah, I heard the truck race was pretty much a boring race, and no cautions. I heard it was pretty good. I need to go back and watch it. I'll tell you what, these guys do a phenomenal job. It's the way they race around each other, man. This is pretty awesome. Cato in third, John Furness fourth.
And that's the difference of coming in early, getting those fresher tires. Now the question is, can you keep them back there?
Well, folks, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor here for tonight, AIM E-Cycling.
Oh, you okay?
You can check out their website at aimecycling.com. So, that's the sponsor for this series. I don't know if they're coming back next season or not. I have not heard, but I'm sure Eric's hard at work trying to get that underway. Gidman, 1.8 seconds behind the leader, Zach Nichols.
Yeah, he actually had a full second slower pit stop. Zach Nichols had a 12.27 pit stop, and Gidman had a 13.5.
Whoa. Yeah, that's quite a bit different. Cato not looking in his rearview mirror right now because Furnace has really been struggling today. Turn 2 has not been kind to him at all. Jim Ott, 5th. Sorry, go ahead.
You just got to think with Furnace, he's just begging for a caution right now because he wants to come in and get that damage fixed. But under green flag, there's no way you can do that.
Nope. Not at all. He did not have time when he made his final pit stop to fix anything. So it is what it is. You got to take it in stride and just move on. He's doing a lot of pedaling of that gas pedal, I'm telling you. Josh Culley coming from 17th to 7th. I think he's probably the biggest mover out there today. That's 10 positions. Yeah. Brendan Bogo losing 4 positions since the start of the race. Hooters' car looking strong, getting passed up by a couple of cars that started from behind him. Michael LaGuarri picking up 4 positions. Schulin, there he is, into the top 10. I told you he'd be there.
Absolutely.
And he's just, he knows that there is not a snowball chance in where that he could get up there with John Furnace and get any points on him whatsoever. With a 159-point lead coming into tonight over Schulin. Schulin's just trying to finish second in the championship, I think. There's no chance he's going to get up there and battle him for that win.
Yeah, and when it comes down to this late in the season, I've actually been in this position myself. You just, you don't have a shot. You're just hoping something happens, a break in your favor, like a furnace blows an engine or something. But, you're out there, you're just making the best of it and making sure you stay as far ahead of that guy behind you as you can.
Sure. And I talked to Eric about it here earlier, and I said, the thing of it is Furnace wouldn't even probably have to he wouldn't even have to finish his last 3 races, and he would still be the champion. So,
yeah,
with 159 points, nobody could catch him. But that's not, Furnace ain't going to do that. He wants to win it the right way. Be here
right.
And Zach blinked out. Galen 3.8 seconds behind him. Golly, man. 4 seconds. He just keeps falling. Well, let's go back and check on Dan Dill's 16th place. Now, he picked up 7 since the start of the race. Running the Azus car. Have an Azus motherboard. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably one of the best motherboards around, I can tell you that. Azus.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I've got.
Yeah, I had that in my other computer, but now this one here, I've got a Gigabyte, which they used to be not as good, but now they're pretty good motherboards. Gotta say. Luke Lafaro started 12th place and has fallen back to 17th. He does have a little damage on the car. I don't think it's really anything too awful drastic. A little bit on the right front corner and a little bit on the left front corner, looks like.
Yeah, and most of that's come for these guys coming out of turn 2, just getting too tight and hitting the wall.
Sure. David Carmen in the Nesquik car, losing 3 positions since the start of the race. And we are inside the 20 to go. And Zach Nichols just dominated this race. He's coming to the line here, will lead 70 laps so far. Unbelievable run.
Yeah, there's some guys, they just have their tracks. And once, I used to always look forward to tracks like Richmond or the Milwaukee Mile because, those tracks, you got the line figured out, where your marks are, and you have great races every time you go there. This is one of his tracks.
Yep. Gidman now almost 5 seconds behind Zach. Gidman's car's kind of equaled out here or balanced out with the tire situation, but Zach's still on rails out there. He's only lost about 1.3 seconds off of his starting time. Gidman's lost about, well, about the same, about 1.3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely his race to lose. He's got to watch some lap traffic, though. I've seen a couple guys getting the wall right in front of him, so I'd be cautious about getting too close to some of these guys before getting by them.
Ernest down to 2.5 seconds behind Gidman. And closing. He is starting to close down just a little bit here. I don't know if there's enough laps left or enough time left for him to get to Gidman. And if he did, would he have enough tires to race him?
Yeah, right now the only thing that's going to change the outcome really for most of these guys is a caution. And right now, Cole Day, he's 11th. He just went a lap down. We only have 10 cars left on the lead lap.
Yeah. 8-0 fourth. And Jim Ott in fifth. Jim's quite a ways behind. Gosh, he's a half a lap behind the leader, Zach Nichols. In fifth place. Golly, man. That just shows you how much Zach Nichols is putting the hammer down.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent for the last 20 laps. I mean, he hasn't fallen off all that much at all.
Coming up on Ed Hewitt. Going to pass Ed. Ed running in 22nd. And he is 3 laps down, but I think it's because he's got a lot of damage on his car. Looking at it here just a few minutes ago, and yeah, he's like been into pit road wall or something there. He's got damage on the left and the right.
Yeah, he made an unscheduled pit stop about 10 laps ago. Ed did.
Dang. I feel bad for him. He really gets out there and tries, you know. Luck just ain't on his side.
Yeah.
All right, Zach Nichols, 6 seconds ahead of Galen Gidman with 12 to go.
And we got some cloud cover rolling down the front of the track right now. I'll see if that helps anybody, but I think it's going to be a little too late at this point.
Yep. See that? Yeah, nice cloud cover there. Like 1 and 2 are in clouds, and well, now it's starting to get to where it's covering the whole track.
Yeah, track temp's down to 99 degrees.
Yeah, a little sun in turn 3. And boy, the track has really darkened up a lot. I mean, a lot of rubber has been laid down on this track today. This is a track that you notice it a lot. This one in Dover. You notice it a lot too. And I think it's that concrete surface.
Yeah, here it's an older surface, so it's a lot lighter gray than most others.
Right.
But yeah, you can definitely see where they're running and where they're not.
6.5 seconds behind. Second place, John Furness in third. Not really closing the gap up to catch up to Gidman with 10 laps to go. Ross Cato in fourth. Jim Ott fifth. Morgan Baird sixth place after starting second. Brennan Bogo. There's one there that I'm surprised that he's fell that far. Josh Cawley, again, 17th to 8th. Great run here for Josh today. And let's see, he is not even in the top 20 in points. So, but he's having a solid run.
Absolutely, great run. And I got to tell you, Rudy, hats off to these guys. We've run pretty much the whole race under green flag conditions, and that's not easy to do at Texas sometimes. Nope. They've done a really good job here today.
Sure have, yep. Other than Pogo sliding through the grass there, is the only car that we've seen that has even come close to wrecking.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. Chulin, second in points, running in 9th.
He is the last car on the lead lap, and Nichols has his sights on him right now.
He sure does. He's right behind him. I'd say he's probably not going to be able to stay ahead of the leader here. But Zach, I don't know, Zach might take it easy here and just let old Chulin finish on the lead lap. Might be a nice guy.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you're right.
I got a feeling Chulin's going to let him by.
Yeah, Road Trip says rain's blowing in. Could be. Ernest 2.8 seconds behind Gidman. But he is 9.6 seconds behind the leader, Zach Nichols. 86 laps to go for Zach Nichols to bring home the win here. Led 80 laps. So far, that would be 86 laps he would win, or lead here today. That's pretty amazing. Man, I'll tell you what, this went fast, didn't it?
It did. It's amazing under green how quick these races actually go.
I've only been live for an hour and 18 minutes. And they probably completed this race here. It's going to be less than an hour and 15 minutes. I'll have this race done. And that's
kudos to these guys.
Yes, sir. I got to give them a lot of credit for having such a good, clean race. Gidman, 7.1 seconds. Never going to catch Zach at this point.
No, and even if a caution comes out at this point, the race is over.
Yep. And as long as Zach wouldn't be caught up in it, he's going to win it.
Yep.
But man, what a race. I cannot believe these guys cranked this out that fast. Furnace in third.
Yep, and that goes back to the drivers around you, trusting those drivers, knowing where they are, knowing they're not going to get you in a bad spot. Not to mention the pit stops really string you out here, and that kind of helps you from running into each other.
And as far as we could tell, I mean, we didn't watch every single car out there make pit stops, but we did see Zach slide through his pit stop there on the first round of pit stops, but a good comeback for him, though. I mean,
absolutely.
Gidman had quite the lead over him, but he come back and caught Gidman and passed him. Gidman did lead 10 laps today. All right, coming to 2 to go for Zach Nichols. 2 more turns around here, 8 turns to go. And he still likes that bottom. I'll tell you, he's just staying about maybe a couple of tire widths up off the bottom, but he just tapped the wall right there. But you can tell he's driving pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
He's got
all he's got to do
8.5 second lead. He doesn't have to drive that hard.
No, he could probably coast around here the last lap and still.
Yep. All right, 1 to go. White flag in the air, folks. Zach Nichols just dominating today. 86 laps in the Ream car. And out of turn 4 for the final time, Zach Nichols bringing it home here for the USRA Xfinity Series, sponsored by AIM E-Cycling. Congratulations to Zach Nichols.
Good win, strong performance, dominant performance out of him today. And Gidman's now going to come to the line second, and Furnace now third.
All right, well, we'll get these guys up here in just a minute, folks, so hang with us. All right, we caught up with third place John Furnace. John, looked like you were having a lot of struggling a lot with turn 2 out there today.
I was struggling in turns 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Well, we've seen you tap the wall a couple times there coming out of turn 2. I don't think it was a damaging hit or anything, but I do see a little bit of damage on your car.
Yeah, I scraped it once out of 2 there. That first run, I think. I don't remember first run, second run, third. I'm half asleep right now. That was a pretty boring event right there.
Yeah. Well, I know because you guys did it like in an hour and 10 minutes or something. You guys finished that whole race in an hour and 10 minutes. That's amazing. Well, okay. Tell me your mindset coming into today. You got a 159-point lead over second place. You won't even have to race the rest of the season.
Well, my mindset every race I start is go to the front one way or another and get the win. I tried to ride out that first run and save my tires, and that didn't work. And then I tried to go hard in the second run, and it was still tight, and that didn't work. And then in the third run, I felt like I made a little bit of ground there, but no, I just got spanked by Zach. Congrats to him. He had a great run today. This is definitely a Zach Nichols type of track. I think he just really likes these super, super tight setups where somehow he just gets them to turn.
Well, I was noticing your line, okay, and believe me, I'm no expert at this, okay. I'm just thinking that, okay, there was a time there when it looked like you kind of maybe were searching the track over for grip, places that maybe you could have better grip. But it seemed like every time that you tried to enter 1 and 2, you would dive it to the bottom. Did you think once maybe about staying up about a half a lane?
I stayed up half lane. There was laps where I stayed up 2 lanes, 3 lanes. I tried everything in those first and second runs just to try and make the car turn. Dialed the bias back. I mean, you name it, everything I could do, I tried it, and it just wasn't turning. I mean, I don't know if it's the weather or what it is. I think we just got a really, really tight setup here today, and that's just all it was. Zach just had it figured out.
You know, they from what I read in the release notes from the update today, that they went back to season 4 of the grip, or I guess a tire model or whatever, to season 4 of last year. Now, give me your thoughts on that, because did you like season 4's tire model?
I guess the tire model wasn't too bad, but it seems like, I don't know, I've been doing this again about another year, and it seems like every season or every new build, they just get tighter and tighter and tighter. And you really got to loosen them up to make any speed and make the car turn. But, yeah, we just didn't have it today. But all in all, third place is pretty good. I'd like to thank you guys in the booth, thank the admins, thank my teammates, No Chance Motorsports. Zach, of course, got the win. Like to thank the league sponsors too. I think it's AIM E-Cycling. Appreciate everything they do for us.
Well, I think you guys go to Talladega next week. So, what's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is take this Texaco Haviland Battlestar paint scheme and park it in Victory Lane like Davey Allison or something.
All right, very good. All right, John. Well, congrats on third, brother. We'll see you next week at Talladega, and good run today.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Okay, you got second there.
Yeah, I caught up with Galen Goodman. Galen, you had a pretty good race there. Coming in second, strong finish. You led some laps. Tell us about your race today.
I think I'll just follow up with what Furnace said. It was, I mean, we went straight through. It didn't take an hour, but it felt a lot longer, man. That set, it was so tight. And I don't know. It was. You know, it's fun to race. It's never a bad day out on track, right? But it was not a fun car to drive either. But a second, you know, you can't complain about that. First couple runs, first run, Zach was way better in the beginning and middle, and I was able to keep up with him and even close a few tenths right at the end of the first run. Me and him were actually running pretty different lines, and then the second run. We were a little off on the lap we pitted, so it's harder to see what he was doing. The third run, I just gave up and rode around until the end of the race. I had a good gap over third, and I knew there was nothing I was going to do. Yeah, he's so fast out here. I don't know what he's doing to get that thing to turn, but it's just stupid. So, but second, happy to get second. You know, could have. I don't know, had a brain fart earlier this week and thought that maybe there was a chance to go back to green at the Tuesday race and gave up a third. But yeah, cool to think that at least should have podiumed both races this week and definitely to get a second and one is great.
Absolutely. You're bringing home second today, Talladega next week. Any thoughts for that track?
Yeah, I'm not a big super speedway racer, so, but it can be fun too. So hopefully we have a good race, and anything can happen. It's Talladega. Come out to here, and there's probably 10 guys that have a chance to win, and 5 that you can look at that are probably going to win. Talladega could be anybody, so should be a race.
All right, well, look forward to it. Congratulations on your second place, and see you next week.
Thanks. And I want to give a shout out to my man Sean Butler. He was sick and couldn't race tonight, so I hope he gets well.
Aww.
Absolutely, thanks.
Man. All right, we got our winner here, Zach Nichols. Zach, you got a copy, brother?
Yes.
Oh, man, what a fantastic dominated race out there. 86 laps you led today. Golly, man, I just can't believe that. So John Furness is saying you had this track figured out. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, like John said, the car was super tight, and I don't know, I guess I found that secret line that everyone was looking for to help the car turn, I guess. I mean, we were good in that first stint. Just, I think I pushed a little too hard for the end of the a little run we had. Then I overshot my pit box, which gave Gallon the lead. So
yeah, we seen that. we did
that
get
wasn't
that.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, when you slid through there, we were like, oh, man, that just cost you the lead, which Galen had pulled away by quite a bit, but it seemed like it didn't take long for you to reel him in.
Yeah, he pitted, I think, 2 or a lap before me, so I knew I was going to hopefully be faster.
Yep.
He pitted before me, but I guess, yeah.
Wow.
You can tell I'm not good with these interviews.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Doing fine. Now, when the clouds rolled in and it got a little cloud cover, did you notice a change in the track?
I mean, not really. I mean, my graphics suck, so I didn't even know there was a cloud. I was just driving the same line the entire race,
Okay.
which I guess worked.
Okay. Well, any chances of upgrading maybe so you can see that? Because it's just pretty cool.
Yes, I did. Finally, I got a PC sitting right next to me that just came today, but I was not able to hook it up and everything today. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, now you guys go to Talladega next week, Zach. Are you going to be there? Because that's anybody can win there. We know that.
Yeah, I'll be there. Most definitely. Hopefully, we can put the 15 Ream Chevrolet or Toyota. I don't know why I said Toyota. Or Chevrolet. Yeah, hopefully we can put it in Victor Lane.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. So, because it's a shooting match out there when you go to super speedways. It's difficult to pass, and you need a drafting partner. You can't afford to make any mistakes there because they'll just eat you for lunch. So, but man, great win today, Zach. It's too bad you're not in the top 20 in points because that would have been cool to see. You grabbed a couple of wins this season now, and I think you might have been up there maybe giving John Furness a little run for his money.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Yep.
I wish we were in the top 10 for points because that'd be fun to race it out with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to give a thank to you guys for putting on this broadcast. I like to go back and watch them. The league sponsors, Amy Cycling, I think that's what it is. I think that's what John said. And then the league admins for putting it on, and then I'd like to thank my dad.
All right, brother. Well, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
My sponsors, my stinking teammates, John and Matt Kemp.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Matt wasn't here today.
He had to do something with his girlfriend.
Ah, yeah. Well, you got to keep them happy, All right, brother. Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Go celebrate that win, and we will see you next week at Talladega. All right, let's run down through the final results here, folks. All right, Zach Nichols coming home with the win. Galen Gidman second. John Furness will finish third. John is still our points leader, and it looks like he's going to remain the points leader throughout the rest of the season. I don't see that changing. Ross Cato in fourth. Jim Ott fifth. Morgan Baird finishes sixth. Brennan Bogo seventh. Josh Culley picking up a ton of positions, man. I can't believe he come up there all the way from, I think he started 17th or something. But he will come up to 8th place. Josh Schulin, second in the points, is going to finish in 9th. And Eric Hawley rounds out the top 10. Dwayne?
Cole Day, he's had a good race too. Started 21st, gets the 11th place finish. Michael Ligori, he finishes 12th. Anthony Reynolds, 13th. Dan Dill will finish 14th. Josh Patterson, 15th. Jamie Leach finishes 16th. Luke LaFaro, 17th. Jeff Pogo finishes 18th. David Carmen, 19th. Kip Carmen finishes 20th. Jared Hagedorn finishes 21st. Ed Hewitt, 22nd. Alan Wiseman left the race early. He finishes 23rd. And so did Michael D'Amico. He rounds out the field in 24th position.
Very good. All right, well, thanks to Amy Cycling, USRA Racing League, and MaxSpeedTV. Thanks for watching tonight, folks. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night.